Hello, how's it going? Welcome to F1 Manager 2024 and the first part of Season 3 of our Lotus Road to Glory career mode. It has been going incredibly well so far. We managed to finish 7th in Season 1. We managed to finish 6th in Season 2. Can we break into the top 5? In Season 3, I'm Joe if you're new around here, and if you are hopping on board, now is the perfect time to subscribe for daily F1 Manager videos. We've got Daniel Ricciardo and Andrea Kimi Antonelli at the helm, ready for 2026. We've got a big regulation change coming. We've been doing a hell load of research, and I'm really excited to see where we get to with all of this. So leave a big like if you enjoy. It'd be fantastic if we could get to 100 likes for the start of Season 3. As you can see, Red Bull have just had one of the most dominant seasons in Formula 1 ever. They managed to finish with over 1,000 constructors points. Max Verstappen won the championship with 612 points ahead of his teammate Fernando Alonso on 432. Ferrari both broke 300. Lewis Hamilton finishing third in the championship in a real return to his best. Oscar Piastri and Lando Norris both doing very well for McLaren. So first things first, we do have a little bit of money, so we are going to put some money towards some upgrades to our facilities, if we can. All of these cost quite a lot of money. Scouting department is getting improved. Race simulator probably would be a good one to try and do. Memorabilia room, let's go for that. Let's get that improved. Might as well get the weather center done as well, and probably the hospitality area if we can at some point. Okay, right, let's push on then. And we have got some factory refurbishments complete. And there you go, there is the championship results. So of course Max Verstappen, world champion for the fifth time? Yeah, he won season... No, Lando Norris won season 1, so... Yeah, 4th world championship for Max Verstappen. Let's push forward. So the boardroom has been upgraded. The front wing research has come through as well, which is nice to see. Now, let's see, can we do any more research? I don't think we can, even if we were to put a load of guys on it. I don't think it would come through in time. Let's have a little look. Right, hang on. Let's go back to here. Let's take off one person from that. That's fine. Yeah, I can't take anybody else off, unfortunately, so I don't think it's going to happen. Yeah, we'd probably need another at least 4 engineers on it, and that's not going to happen. So, yeah, never mind. That is going to be our research done now for the rest of this season. Put on another engineer onto both of them to make sure that we've got as much stuff on there as possible. Let's continue forward. We've got another research project coming through. The rear wing is done. Okay, nice. Right, continue on then. We don't really need to worry about scouts, you know. We don't need to worry about contract situations because we're all sorted. We got our business done nice and early. Of course, bringing in Kimi Antonelli was the big one. Memorabilia room has been upgraded, which is nice. December staff survey. Yeah, that's all good. We're just trying to get our team marketability up as high as possible, basically. Ready for the start of Season 3. So let's keep pushing on towards the end of the season. Why not? Let's pay that 120,000 to get that weather centre completion through. So CFD simulator's refurbished, which is nice. Just gives us a little bit of extra stuff going into the new season. Weather centre upgraded as well. And Willie Maya, although she is leaving, has been upgraded. So, what's that going to be for? A long-term objective. So, all of our sponsor stuff, very, very happily done with all of that. Our team marketability has gone up to 640, which is brilliant. And here is our DHL fastest pit stop award, and wow, that's a decent amount of money, 7 million in prize money because of that. And the board are pretty confident with all of that. Daniel Ricciardo finishes in the top 10 in the championship on 50 points. Kimi Antonelli finished 13th with 6 points. Lotus F1 Team, 56 points overall. And that has moved us up to a 2-star team rating. Our performance has done well. You know, we were expected to finish 7th, finished 6th in the end. Our current progress towards our long-term objective is completed. They wanted to score points in half of the races this season. We did it in 14 of the 24. Very good from Daniel Ricciardo. Their team principal rating now moves up to 400. Constructors rating moves up to 375. Drivers, we've moved up to 2. Heritage 1. And team rating 396. And we get an extra 1.5 million from the board. Okay, so it is the 31st of December. We don't really have too much else to do. But what I like to do at this point is just stick in an extra save file to make sure we're all ready and raring to go. So let's head into the new season. And we'll see where we're at with the new car. Of course, we're going to have the new livery and all of that a little bit later in this episode. We'll try and reveal that as close to the new season as possible. So 2025 Championship, that's all good. So the new season target is to finish 6th in the Constructors, so maintain that 6th place, and they want us to score in 50% of the team's races, which is brilliant. So we're going to accept that new target, and here we go then. Welcome to the new season. So new season objective, 6th or above, points contender, they want us to do that by 2028. Our balance, obviously the cost cap size is there, that's absolutely fine. We will have our sponsor money coming through very, very shortly. The chassis stuff, we've managed to do a little bit of research, but we are losing a hell of a lot of our knowledge from last year. But we've tried to mitigate that as much as we can. We've done a lot of research. I'm hoping that the car will reap the rewards of that. It is going to be very, very difficult, though. In terms of financial, the cost cap is staying the same, but the season prize share is going down. So if we were to finish 6th again this season, it would actually be a net loss of £5 million. And in terms of the sporting regulations, no changes in any of that. Would have been nice if we could have changed the gearbox limits and stuff, but the other teams voted against it. Now, we have been with Mercedes the last season. I think we want to keep that Mercedes engine. Looks like Red Bull had the Mercedes engine last season, which is quite hilarious, really. The best team that used Renault was 7th, so that must have been RB. The best finish last season was the Ferrari engine for 2nd. And the Honda are... So I think... Does that mean McLaren are using Honda power units? Yeah, really, really bizarre. But we're going to stick with Mercedes for this season. And that will be £20 million gone. Okay, so we are into season 3 now. We've got driver development update there. Those boys are looking fine. I mean, Antonelli, he's doing really awesome. Monthly affiliate report, that's okay. The ATR allocations have been announced, so we should get... Well, we're not quite at what we had last season, but we're still in a decent position with our ATR stuff. We can start developing immediately, and the internal report is I don't think too bad. We've not lost too much performance compared to last season's car, which I think after such a big development shift, that's not bad. What? Oh, wow, okay, so they seem to think we have got the 3rd best car at the moment. 3rd and 4th best car. That is pretty huge. Let's have a little look at the car analysis screen, just see where everybody is at with that. So Ferrari, they are looking okay. McLaren, mid-table. Red Bull is still the fastest, so Red Bull are going to be hard to beat. Wow, Mercedes, oh my word, 17th. They're going to be struggling to get out of Q1. Alpine are still right at the back. Williams are right at the back. Haas are going to be up there, fighting for points, I think. RB, mid-table. Sauber, I was expecting Sauber to be better than that. Aston Martin are looking okay, and then obviously Lotus. I mean, wow, I can't believe we've made so much progress. I think we'd obviously abandoned the development train very, very early. We focused on this 2026 car. I think we can be really, really positive because we're so far ahead of the average on the grid for so many aspects of the car. That's really exciting. That means that we could well be right near the front for this coming season. Now, in terms of livery, I think we're going to go slightly left of field with it, and maybe bring a new era to the Lotus look for this season. So I'm excited to maybe have a play with that and see where we go with it. But wow, I did not expect the team to look that good. Right, let's get into sponsor negotiations. We need to get some money in the bank and fast. So these are our 3 options. We've got Evo, which will give us 27 million upfront, 7 million for engagements, 8 million for race day. We've then got Dola, 2 million upfront, 47 million for engagements, and 6 million for race day. But will give us overall a lot more money. And then we got these guys, Ferrong, or Ferro NRG, and they're sort of balanced. I quite like this upfront one. 27 million gets us to 42 million 900,000 for total funding, and it gives us money now, which is kind of what we need, I'm going to be honest with you. So I think let's stick with Evo and then try and top up some of the other sponsors. So let's have a look at what we've got here. So we've got Abeos, who will give us some upfront money. We've got Aptard, which will give us 9 million engagement. We've got 11 million on race day there from Complexa AI. We've got MMOX, which again is money from race day stuff. Lumura, some upfront money. We've got some engagement stuff there as well. Okay, so I think we can obviously add in 5 of these. We probably want to just take the biggest amounts of money that we can, to be honest with you. Right, straight away, I think this 12 million engagement one, we're going to have to get that one in there. There's another 11.2 million there for race day performance. And maybe even the MMOX one as well. So we're now looking at 77 million, which is nice. I think we probably want to look at getting some more upfront money in there. So the Euro wire exchange, definitely. And what else? Lemura. That's 7 million. That's 6.2. There's no mandatory activities in there for that one. Yeah, let's go for that one. So overall, that is going to give us $41 million up front. We're going to get 19 million from engagements throughout the year, and then 30 million based on our race day performance, which gets us to a grand total of 90 million total funding there. Yeah, I think that's what we want to go for. And now, well, it's car livery time, so I'm going to get on with that, and hopefully you guys will enjoy what I come up with. As I say, I've not really got massive ideas right now, but I want it to be something very different for Season 3. So, yes, I will be with you in just a second. Okay, so here we are then with our brand new livery, and yeah, I really like the driver outfits. I think they've turned out really nice. And the car livery, we're going back to that sort of predominantly black and gold design. We're going for the glossy look. You can see we're going for the really bright yellowy gold that will stand out beautifully on the track. That runs all the way through to our front wing on the sides there as well. I think that's really nice. And then we've got the glossy black, but then we've got those tints of green on some of the sponsors. We've got some of the pink in there as well, just to give it a little bit of contrast, something a little bit different this season. But certainly I really love that, and I hope that you guys like that livery as well. Yeah, really enjoyed making that one, and in particular the driver liveries, or the driver overalls, look awesome with that sort of bluey green, and then the bright yellow to contrast with that. I think it is the next generation of Lotus car, and that's exactly what we have gone for. So let's continue on then, and we are now officially in Season 3. We've got 20 million to spend. We're going to pretty much spend that straight away on some car performance upgrades, which I'm looking forward to immensely. We do just need to make sure that we're in a good place with all of this. Can always check that the scouting team, has that been allowed to upgrade? Not just yet, which is a pity. But we welcome Randeep Singh to the team as our sporting director. That is going to be a big improvement on what we have had before. And other than Daniel Ricciardo, everybody is locked in on long-term contracts at the team, so we can be really excited of that going forward. Now, we could potentially invest in one of our facilities instead of car upgrades. I'm not sure. This is very difficult. Obviously, a new wind tunnel would be huge. 10 million that would cost. CFD simulator would be a decent improvement as well. It would probably be a bigger improvement overall to the car if we were to go for that. So I might go for the CFD simulator. That would be a bigger improvement, wouldn't it? And then, I mean, suspension simulator could well be a big one as well. mean, you could go for 2 of them. That would only cost, what, 13,750? And then you'd still have 6 and a bit million to buy some car parts. Might not be a bad idea. How much are we talking for developments? Presume they're going to cost the same. So yeah, 1 point. So realistically, we'd want a front wing. I mean, yeah, what we want to look at is the car analysis and see, well, which part of the car is struggling the most. So powertrain, there's nothing we can do about that. Chassis is okay. Front wing is top notch. Rear wing could do with being better. Side pods are good. Underfloor is fantastic. And suspension is fantastic. So really, we want to improve the side pods. We want to improve the rear wing, improve the chassis, and probably another front wing. So we want the top 4, essentially, there. So that's going to cost 2 million plus 3,600,000. That's 5.6 million. So yes, I think that's exactly what we want to do. Let's get these car parts in development first. So we've got 5.7 computational fluid dynamics hours. So 5.7. We obviously want to divide that by 6, essentially. So just less than 1 per go. But I think we probably want to start off with some 1s. 76 wind tunnel hours. Obviously want to divide that by 6. So we're looking at, what, 12 and a half-ish. So yeah, we'll want to go for 13 for this one in particular. And we want to reduce the weight of the car as much as we can. And which bits do we think we could do with a bit of airflow there? Probably a bit of DRS delta and a bit of drag reduction there. Engine cooling has gone down fairly significantly, but that's okay. Would that happen? What if we went... Hang on. We went for that. That would just improve our medium speed, so... I'm quite happy to go for a little bit of lower airflow. The problem is you can't really help every part of the car. But that looks okay, because that will help us massively with our DRS effectiveness. Yeah. That'll make us the best DRS on the grid. Let's go with that. We'll stick 3 engineers on that one. Okay. Let's have a look at our rear wing. Again, that's going to be a big one. So we're going to go for that. And again, we need to reduce the weight of the car. And that's looking pretty good. So, yeah, I'm happy with that. Yeah, that looks good. Just a general upgrade to the car there. Yeah. Nice. Let's get the side pods going. So yeah, we probably want 0.8 on this one. Maybe 12 wind tunnel hours. Sort the weight of it out. So medium speed will... I mean, this will apparently make our car possibly the best car on the grid. With this upgrade, which I'm definitely intrigued about. Could we be winning the first race today? Could we be doing that? I mean, that would be an unbelievable turnaround of form if that did indeed happen. Right, let's lose some weight on the car. I think this is looking really good. Bit of extra tyre preservation, maybe, just to help us out. Let's go for that. That's going to take 40 days. That's awesome. Right. So now we've got 14.5 million. We are going to put that into the facilities now. So in the facilities, we want a new suspension simulator. And we want a new CFD... car part test facility. That's what we want. That will help us out massively with our upgrades going forward. So this is the next level now of Lotus F1 Team. Let's do our pit stop crew stuff. So we can... I think we can really go for it on the gym training, to be honest with you. I don't see why not. Yeah. Keep the other ones in as they are. But let's get rid of the rest days. Because I think it all resets at the start of the month, so they might as well just spend all of January being tired and getting that pit stop time down. I think, anyway, I think that's how it works. So we should take 1/10 of a second off our pit stop time, essentially, by the end of the month. I quite like that. And it should work really well with Randeep as well. We need to upgrade his development path. So he probably... Yeah, drill planning is probably what we want to do. I'm assuming everybody else is still in there all... Yeah, that's fine. The only one might be Gary Gannon because he's started a new contract, so... yeah, let's go for car analysis for him. Just double check Kimi Antonelli's on a good one. Yeah, that's all looking good. Want to try and keep him as smooth as possible. Right, I'm going to push forward. There we go. Design center has been refurbished, and here is the big one then, the car roster for this season. So Max Verstappen and Fernando Alonso will continue on at Red Bull. Charles Leclerc and Lewis Hamilton continue at Ferrari. McLaren then, who were Norris and Piastri. Zane Maloney has taken car 1. And Liam Lawson is in car 2. Where's Piastri and Norris then? So Nico Hülkenberg and Albon continue at Mercedes. Aston Martin, we've still got Zhou Guanyu and George Russell. Oh my. Bottas and Tsunoda still at RB. Haas have gone for Mick Schumacher. Norris is at Alpine now. Piastri is out of the sport. Wow. Piastri is gone. He finished 5th in the World Championship last year. I think Sainz has gone as well. That's unbelievable. What the hell? That's crazy. That is absolutely bonkers. Right, Paul Aaron is continuing in F2. That's good to see. But Zane Maloney in at McLaren. That is a huge decision. I can't believe they've replaced both drivers. Let's have a little look at this. So yeah, Piastri continues out of the sport. That's going to be a potential new signing for us then to replace Daniel Ricciardo next season. Straight away, I'm looking at that and thinking that that is a huge opportunity. Carlos Sainz as well could be a very, very good replacement for him. as we scroll down, I'm assuming Sergio Perez is gone. No, he's still there, 81 rated. Victor Martins is about, he's 80 rated now. Iwasa Drugovic. Looks like Sargent has maybe gone, has he? No, Sargent's still at Alpine. Yeah, Mick Schumacher back in the sport. That's good to see. I'm happy for him that he's at Haas. I think that'll be a good match for him. But that is just absolutely bonkers. I cannot believe that Lando Norris has left McLaren. He's gone to Alpine. So yeah, that's going to be virtually the end of his career, you would think. I don't know how he's going to get out of that hole. But anyway, we'll push forward. And we'll see where this car sits at the end of this month. So we've got a new design completed. Is that going to be for the chassis? Yep. So our second spec chassis is done. And we probably want to get that into manufacturing now. So, we don't have enough money. Okay. We can set one off, and then in a couple of days that should come through. That's fine. Because we should be getting a decent amount of money through in a couple of days. Car Part Test Centre is operational. And our side pods design is through, so let's just push forward one day and we should get a decent payment here. So 5.5 million, that's what we're talking about. So now we can head into manufacturing. We can add 2 more into that. Oh, hang on. Exit that. We want to head into manufacturing, add on 2 more of them. That's going to cost us 1.1 million. Yeah, so it's going to cost us an extra 1 million that to get 3, which means we'll have a spare. Side pods, we want to get them in. Let's get 3 of them in. Need to be a little bit careful here. And we probably want to start designing the next part. So we're going to go for suspension. That's fine. Take a bit of weight out of the suspension. Let's have a little look at where we're at. Yeah. A nice general update. Looks good. Why not? And go for a bit of that. That looks nice. We'll stick 3 engineers on that. That's going to cost 1 million. And then the underfloor, when we do that, might as well stick the rest of the stuff on there because we're not going to get any more designs through at this stage. This looks really good. This looks seriously good for this season. Okay, nice. Right, let's have a look. So, in theory, I don't think they should be tired at this point. No, they're not. So, that's good. Obviously got the end of the month to think about. Yeah, we want to focus again on pit stop time, I think. Trying to get that pit stop time down as much as possible. So what's that, 13%? Yeah, I think that looks pretty good for the first round of the season. So I'm going to just stick with that for now. And let's push forward. Wow, Antonelli up to 84. That's very good. Right, facility upgrade complete. So scouting department is done now. Will that have fixed it? No. Ah, well. That was a bit of a waste of money, but yeah, I mean, once the patches come through for that, then hopefully we will be in a good place for all of that. Okay, so next design's coming through. That's going to be the rear wing. That'll only take a couple of days to manufacture. So yeah, we're going to go for that. Just so we can have our upgrades on the car, really. Okay, suspension simulator is through, and the design for the front wing is done. Once the rear wing has come through, then we can set off that. There's a reduced deadline here. Nice. It's going to come through nice and quickly, that. That's awesome. Okay, so rear wing is completed. Let's just head in car parts development. Let's add some engineers into these jobs. Okay, nice. And into manufacturing, we want to do the front wing. And that should... yeah, we can get 3 of them in. And that looks perfect, to be honest with you. Right, let's push forward then towards pre-season testing. And that'll give us an idea, a real true idea of where this car is at. We have got the sponsor plan as well. So new design through. On to the 2026 season. Suspension design complete. We should have some money through very, very shortly as well. Let's get all of our parts on the car that we can. So we've got our 2 chassis to think about. We've got our 2 new front wings. Our 2 new rear wings. And 2 new side pods. So as long as we don't crash in this first race, heaven forbid, we should be in a good place. Right, sponsor plan. Let's autofill the activities through. So that looks all pretty good, to be honest. His mentality is going to go down a little bit, but that's going to give us £2.4 million, which is very nice. Didn't give us any money there, though. So that's noted. Where are we at? Yeah, we can't afford anything else, can we? So let's see where the car is at after pre-season testing. Okay, it's looking pretty good. But, I mean, cornering, we are the best team. Top speed 3rd, acceleration 7th, a DRS effectiveness 1st. This could be a real opportunity. It could be a bit like 2009. Braun coming out very, very fast out of the blocks. We could well be the Braun GP of this year. Because we're very much going to be underdogs. But it's going to be so exciting this season. I am so excited to see where we end up here. And let's have a little look. So... strategy prep for Bahrain looks good. Let's just put in a quick save. So that we've got our progress there. And let's head into our race targets. This is going to be our first indication of how high the expectations are going to be. Okay, so we're definitely thinking of finishing in the points. I'm thinking let's just be a little bit conservative here and go for 473,000 there. And 315,000 there. We're just going to be a little bit cautious with it. We're not going to go silly. We don't know where the car is at. It does say first and second, but we know that that isn't really a fair reflection all of the time. But let's get into Season 3 then. It's going to be absolutely incredible. I cannot wait to see this car on the track.
Welcome to Bahrain, ladies and gentlemen.
Ooh.
F1 is back. Every team and driver comes here with the same goal, to win. But that's for the end of the season. For now, they have to prepare to fight for F1 glory. There's now a rookie on the McLaren team, which is both an opportunity and a challenge. Sit tight then for the rest of the action.
Well, it's going to be quite unbelievable, I think, this Grand Prix. I'm going to go ahead, do practice, and I'll see you guys ready for qualifying.
Hello and welcome to the much anticipated qualifying session.
Bahrain's track is dusty and abrasive, and even under the floodlights, qualifying is tough on soft tyres. Teams will need to use their tyre allocations wisely.
Karun, don't you think it's going to be interesting to see what happens for the Alpine driver today?
The main thing on my mind was their speed in practice. They just weren't that fast. But was that down to the driver, the car, the team experimenting? We don't know, and we'll just have to see how they fare in qualifying.
Let the competition commence.
Right then, well, here we are, ready for qualifying. It has been an incredible practice session, or set of practice sessions. We were 1 and 2 in practice 1, 2 and 3 in practice 2, and 2 and 6 in practice 3. So we are definitely there or thereabouts. It does look like RB are up there as well, but yeah, you know, it's so scatty. You know, it will not be clear until the last lap in Q3, really, who is going to be out there being the quickest car. So let's get ourselves into qualifying then. We're going to see our car on track for the first time, driven in anger. And I am so excited to find out where we are going to be. So Daniel Ricciardo is going to get this car onto the track for the first time for a flying lap this weekend. Antonelli is going to follow him round. You can see we've slightly updated the team colours, so we're a bit bolder on the sort of track map. And here we go then.
Radio check.
Let's see how this car looks on track.
Clear.
Daniel Ricciardo is out there. Obviously that very light green, bluey green that we've got as our race suit. It comes across very, very well when they're out there. And there goes Daniel Ricciardo. I mean, he's got a real opportunity to be back to his best, and if he has a season anything like last year, he's going to be a championship contender if our car is quick enough. So here we come then. Daniel Ricciardo is going to start his flying lap. There is a McLaren coming out. It's Zane Maloney. So let's keep an eye on his progress this weekend. And he's already getting in the way of Daniel Ricciardo. That's not what we want to see. Daniel Ricciardo coming through this first sector. It's only in the 28s. Here comes Antonelli, and he's, well, more than a second quicker. So, yeah, Ricciardo is definitely going to need to give it a bit more. We are a bit more similar in colours to McLaren than I'd like on the team colours screen. But Daniel Ricciardo heads up to the line, 131.8. Here comes Antonelli now, and it's a 130.4. Completely and utterly destroyed his teammate there. And that's probably what we'll see throughout this season. If Antonelli can build his confidence, he is going to end up being a big threat to Daniel Ricciardo this year. And you know, it's a big year for Daniel Ricciardo because he hasn't got a contract for next season. And he does need to be at his best. Antonelli, a couple of tenths behind Fernando Alonso, so that is definitely interesting to note. And here comes Daniel Ricciardo. He comes over the line in 3rd place then. So Red Bull looking like the team to beat at the moment, but 3rd and 4th for our boys right now. And I think we can be pretty happy with that. Now Nico Hülkenberg is going to be under pressure for getting through in that Mercedes car. The 2 Williams, Zhou Guanyu in the Aston Martin. He's just got himself through, but yeah, be disappointed in that. And yeah, Norris is going to be out. So the former world champion, Lando Norris, he is out in Q1. Look at Valtteri Bottas in the RB. Wow. There's some definite interesting pace here. This is going to be a very, very intriguing season. I think that the field is very close. And I think that's why we could do so well. It's because our drivers have been so good at outperforming the car over the last couple of years. Can we see that happen again? So, Ricciardo out there now. Once again, he gets held up. Antonelli will come across the line 32.4, but both of those laps are just way too slow. It's a real disappointment.
Currently P7.
Right, send out Antonelli, send out Ricciardo, and hope to God hang on. Do we tell him to let his teammate past? Is he going to do that? Yeah, there we go. That'll help. So here we go then. Daniel Ricciardo and Antonelli. Clear laps out there. Now it'll be a case of how high up the field can we get. Lewis Hamilton is right up there. Let's see. Daniel Ricciardo now coming through. Lance Stroll is not too far ahead in that Haas car. And we come to the side, and this is looking good. It's going to be Daniel Ricciardo who comes round the final corner. He heads up to the line. It's in the 30s. It's only P6 though. 6 and 7.
Okay, go in.
Is that going to be enough to get through to Q3?
P6.
A bit of pressure on here. I think we probably need to risk another set of tyres.
Stop in box on max, all revs and engine off.
So I'm going to send out Ricciardo now. Antonelli is going to follow. And this is where we hope and pray that we can do enough here. 7th and 8th right now. Daniel Ricciardo getting a nice tow from Zhou Guanyu. Where's he going to be here after this first sector? It's purple for Daniel Ricciardo at 26.7. That's a huge first sector for him. Let's have a look through this middle sector. Looks like Ricciardo's starting to hook it up. Tsunoda is through. Gasly's currently through. Bottas is out though. That's how scatty it is. And that's how strange it's all gonna be. And Daniel Ricciardo being held up slightly here by Zhou Guanyu as they head across the line. Ricciardo goes 3rd. Antonelli heads up to 4th. It seems to be a 3-way battle for pole position today. And then you've got the rest. But it's Hülkenberg, Zhou, Bottas, Zayn Maloney, Lance Stroll and Alex Albon all out in Q2. But this field is very, very close. This is going to be an interesting Q3 now. So I think let's use the scrub tyres for our first run. Going to send out Antonelli first and then Ricciardo.
Green light, green light.
And we're really hoping that we can get through without any traffic this time. That looked okay. 26.8 and 26.8, 42 there in a middle sector for Antonelli. This looks pretty good. It's going to be Antonelli heading up to the line then. He's going to go fastest with a 1:29.8. Ricciardo comes through with a 1:30.1. Now it's over to the rest of them. Oh, Max Verstappen's locked up.
That's a good
Well,
lap.
that's a huge one, isn't it? So Alonso, he only goes P2 behind Antonelli. Could Kimi Antonelli get his first pole position here? And then Max Verstappen, he's going out there again. I assume he will be the one to go quickest. Starting his lap now. This isn't going to help our lap. That we're going to have to let these guys past. I'm going to ride with Kimi Antonelli, I think. There we go. Antonelli is now going to get a lovely tour from Daniel Ricciardo. That makes this very, very interesting then. I think Antonelli is in there for pole position. Max Verstappen only P10. Wow. The man who dominated last season is in with a horrible start to this season, qualifying P10. Now, how much time is Antonelli losing here? He's lost quite a lot. And this is not going to improve. We've messed it up here. No. Well, there you go. It's going to be Fernando Alonso on pole position. The first race of the season. That's quite unbelievable, really. And Max Verstappen starts 10th, but what a top 10 that is. Liam Lawson in the McLaren there. Hamilton now qualifying Charles Leclerc, but Andrea Kimi Antonelli in second. This is a real chance.
Here in Sakir, the floodlights are on, and it's nearly time for 57 laps around the Bahrain International Circuit.
Bahrain has seen some of the most dramatic races in F1, like Sergio Perez's incredible 2020 victory, surging ahead from being last on the opening lap.
Bahrain International Circuit was Formula One's first venue in the Middle East, and is still a calendar favourite. Dusty and challenging, this desert track is a real test of endurance for teams and for drivers. Race day has arrived, and the time has almost come for these drivers to fight it out, wheel to wheel.
Right then, well, we are ready and raring to go for this race. It's all going to be about making sure that we have got good amounts of tyres throughout this race so that we're able to attack. I think let's just reduce that slightly. Just gives us a little bit more license to attack that. Yeah, I quite like that as a strategy for Daniel Ricciardo. For Kimi Antonelli, he's got 2 sets of medium tyres, so seems wise to use them. So let's do it. Let's see if Kimi Antonelli can pull off a potential race victory here. Now, I'm going to keep them with full fuel. I don't think we're going to get lapped today, so I don't think there's any point in doing that, but we will be fully attacking from the start. And let's see where we go from here. This could be a chance to win.
Well, it's great to have you with us, folks, as we settle in for the weekend's Grand Prix action. Amidst the noise and fanfare of the occasion, a crucial moment now to concentrate.
A second place start for them today. They'll be aiming for a podium, but could they even sneak the win?
Right, let's get to it then.
Here we go then, the pressure is on. This is our
Here we
first
go with the
real
Bahrain
chance
Grand Prix.
to win a Grand Prix. And it's lights out, away we go. Kimi Antonelli off the grid well, but can he
See what you can do.
pass into turn 1? That's the big question. Here he comes. Kimi Antonelli into turn 1. Hamilton is pressuring him, but he is through. Ricciardo up to 4th, by the way, and already we'll be having a look at Lewis Hamilton. Into turn 4. Let's have a quick look at tyres. Interestingly, most of the field on the soft tyres. Quite a few of us on used softs, including Daniel Ricciardo and Lewis Hamilton. Yuki Tsunoda also on that as well. Max Verstappen, meanwhile, has not really made too much inroads. There is a couple of people on the medium tyres, Hülkenberg and Albon, to name a few. So here comes Daniel Ricciardo. He'd love to get past Lewis Hamilton fast here. Kimi Antonelli is the one to keep an eye on. Can he stay within a second of Fernando Alonso? There's huge pressure on the young man's shoulders here, because not only is it a chance for him to get his first F1 podium, but he could well get his first F1 victory here. And what an unbelievable turnaround that would be. He's got DRS here, as Ricciardo's got DRS on Lewis Hamilton as well. And we are desperately attacking here. Both got DRS again. Look at this. I mean, Ricciardo is right behind Lewis Hamilton here. It's got to be a chance, hasn't it? So Ricciardo DRS. This is a chance now on Lewis Hamilton to get onto the podium. Ricciardo heads round the outside, and he is through. And he pulls away using DRS. He's up to 3rd place. Here's Antonelli, by the way, really pushing hard to get past Fernando Alonso. You feel like he's going to do that very soon. Here he comes. DRS enabled for Antonelli, and he has a go down the inside. Kimi Antonelli leads the Bahrain Grand Prix, and for the first time we are genuinely leading a race, and that is huge. That is a huge moment for us. Obviously Alonso is going to do his best to come back at us. He goes round the outside. He's probably going to have DRS again here. Although no, Antonelli has got it back. Ricciardo is in 3rd, and he's going to be an awesome rear gunner for Antonelli in this race. It does feel like Antonelli is starting to really surge on now and become the team leader. Can Daniel Ricciardo hold back Lewis Hamilton? That's the big one. The car looks really good. I like the look of that. The black and gold returning with the green and the pink. I think it makes us very distinctive. And here we go then. Antonelli once again. DRS enabled. Yeah, Ricciardo is going to just slow it down a little bit here. I think Antonelli needs to as well. We'll just start to settle down into this race. I think it could be a huge battle between Antonelli and Alonso. We've got Verstappen in P6 right now. It's not going to be long before he's in this battle as well. So we need to try and push on with Fernando here, as Lewis Hamilton has made it past Daniel Ricciardo. And there goes Charles Leclerc as well. So I think maybe Ferrari are right up there. Red Bull is certainly right up there as well. I think there's 3 teams that are going to be able to fight for victories. We seem to have taken the place of McLaren, who've dropped back down the order, and especially with their driver lineup, they are not going to be in a position to fight massively this season. Antonelli, meanwhile, It's just dropped out of the 1 second window. That's okay. I think it is important now to just look after those tyres. This is a bit of a DRS train. And is Ricciardo expecting to come in? He's expecting to come in around about lap 16. So we're going to just reduce that to light now. Again, he should be able to stay with these Ferraris. Especially with the DRS. There goes Leclerc down the inside of his teammates. But Hamilton remains in third for now. Just looking at Antonelli's tyres, they're so much better than on most of the field, to be quite honest with you. So he's in a really solid place. So let's stick with strategy here. And all of this is slowing Max Verstappen's progress down, which is ultimately what we'd like to do. And there we go then. Daniel Ricciardo makes it past Charles Leclerc. Oh no, it's actually Lewis Hamilton. He's losing a lot of time, I think, because his tyres have fallen off so much. And he is still attacking. Ricciardo, meanwhile, he's got his tyres back on track, which is really nice. So Hamilton's going to be in trouble. So 2.4 seconds between Antonelli and Leclerc. It's very much a marathon, not a sprint, this race. We've got to remember that. So DRS open. Ricciardo following closely behind Charles Leclerc here. And let's use a little bit of ERS with Antonelli just to increase that gap a little bit. And just starting to reel in Fernando Alonso. He's very comfortable at the front, as you'd expect. Two-time world champion, the old wily dog, is right at the front of this race. He's controlling the pace very nicely. Now Lewis Hamilton has come in. He's going to get a massive undercut on everybody else. So time to probably zoom it forward just a little bit.
Okay.
Tries to head down the inside, doesn't quite work out. Yeah, I'm thinking let's attack with Ricciardo now. See what he can do. Antonelli has been caught by Leclerc. Leclerc's tyres are not great, so I'm not really sure how he's managed that. I'm thinking let's get Ricciardo in, try and undercut Charles Leclerc. If indeed Leclerc even stays out another lap here. Not sure whether he will. No, here we come. So Leclerc does stay out. Verstappen has joined us in the pit lane. This is going to be a big moment now. And it's 2.3 to start Randeep Singh's Sport Director spell. And we are out a decent way ahead of Max Verstappen. Okay, he's come out behind Lewis Hamilton, but he's come out with much fresher tyres, and it shouldn't be too much longer before he is past him. Antonelli, meanwhile, still being chased by Charles Leclerc. Now I think time to attack on his tyres. Leclerc is in. Next lap, and you know, he might lose out, but actually he's going to be in a great position here because these tyres should be able to be attacked. Now, Ricciardo, just behind Liam Lawson, should have DRS soon. Yep, just makes his way past. That's nicely done. And here comes Kimi Antonelli then into the pit lane. Let's see how quick this pit stop is. Wow, 2.1. That's great. And okay, Antonelli comes back out in 6th place. He's been undercut, but you look at the tyres and you think, wow, well, it's going to be so much more beneficial, you feel, being on this tyre. Now, Fernando Alonso is still out there. That gives Antonelli a chance to undercut him. But it's currently Max Verstappen in the lead of this race. Well, Alonso's just slotted back into 2nd. Oh, somebody's crashed. What's happened here?
Everywhere.
Let's have a little look. Yep, it's Esteban Ocon, and is that going to be Magnussen? Yeah, a little crash on the way through. I think they're okay. Here comes Ricciardo. Around the outside of Leclerc, didn't quite work out. Not that time either. And Ricciardo back in touch here. Goes round the outside of Lewis Hamilton. That was a lovely move. There's DRS to try and pull away a little bit. It's a really nice move. But we're 4th and 6th at the minute. Obviously not so long ago we were in the race for victory, but we are sort of taking the pragmatic approach of looking after our tyres and hoping that that will come good come the end of the race. Now then, here's Antonelli with a chance on Lewis Hamilton. Needs to take it quite early on. DRS open, and he is through. Nicely through. Now, just 1.4 seconds separating Ricciardo and Leclerc. Max Verstappen in again. It's an early pit stop for Max. Difficult to really tell. I mean, he's obviously going to be coming back into the pits, so that's going to be a 3-stopper for Max Verstappen, you would think. And then Antonelli is the one he's got through on Ricciardo now. McLaren's tyre's not looking too clever. And there he goes, he's through. So Ricciardo up to third. But Alonso's got a 16-second lead out there. Red Bull still looking very, very strong. So why don't we just go full attack with Ricciardo very soon.
Okay, understood.
Yeah, I am gonna do that.
You can push.
Okay, understood.
Might just drag Antonelli along with him. Keeps him ahead of Max Verstappen, who's using and abusing his tyres. Here comes Daniel Ricciardo into the pit lane. Can he come out ahead of Hamilton? It's a decent pit stop, 2.3. He should be a good amount ahead of Lewis. You can see Lewis coming out in the background. So Ricciardo's back out in 5th place. Nicely done, and he will not be pitting again this race. So it's all about Antonelli now and whether he can somehow get back into this race. So maybe time to attack. See what sort of times he can put in. So Antonelli's in. This is going to be a bit of an undercut. He's away in 2.3. So 4 very good pit stops from the boys today. Antonelli's back out. And just behind, or just ahead of his teammate. And then I'm going to tell Ricciardo, don't fight your teammate. Because we want to try and go after the top 2 here. So 13.8 seconds is the gap between Antonelli and Alonso. We're going to allow Antonelli to just try and pull away here. Get out of that 1 second window. Or at least that window where he feels like he has to defend. And there we are. Both drivers have undercut Max Verstappen now. So Verstappen has a brand new set of medium tyres on. Ricciardo has to try and stay ahead of Max Verstappen. Antonelli is a little bit further down the road. We are set for our first podium in Formula 1. Verstappen is still hound in the back of Ricciardo's car, and he is easily through. So Verstappen is probably going to win this race by the looks of it. And, well, really, it's up to us to just keep pushing the way we are doing. Keep to our strategy. Ricciardo's 9 seconds ahead of Hamilton, so at the very worst, it's going to be 3rd and 4th today, which I think is a massive, massive achievement for our team and where we've been all these years. Verstappen has overtaken Kimi Antonelli, so that will be the end of our hopes of finishing 2nd, but it should be a first podium for Kimi Antonelli in his career. Daniel Ricciardo will be delighted with P4 as well. I wonder how Nico Hülkenberg is feeling, because he would have probably been the guy in certainly Ricciardo's car right now had he stayed on. Offered him plenty of contracts, just didn't work out. Now then, I'm going to use a bit of ERS to just up the pace a little bit here.
Copy.
Verstappen's tyres are not looking too clever. I just don't think there'll be any way for Antonelli to make a difference. Right, let's conserve. Let's make sure that Ricciardo gets back on fuel target. Certainly not risking that. So 3 laps to go, and what a first race it has been, and what a performance. Okay, we're not in the same league as Red Bull, but we are there to compete, and it's going to be Fernando Alonso.
The tire.
That takes us on to the final lap of this Grand Prix, and he is going to win the first race of this season. He's going to lead the championship for the first time since 2012. Max Verstappen won 21 races last season, but he's going to start this one with a defeat, and you've got to say it all comes down to starting in P10. But Kimi Antonelli, he has been brilliant today. Looked like at one point that he was going to be the only guy that could compete with Fernando Alonso. His early pace did drop off, but he's been incredibly consistent out there, and it looks like he's going to secure 3rd place for the Lotus team. And with our car, it's going to be our first podium in Formula 1. Fernando Alonso coming around now. And you've got to say it's been a very interesting race of strategy. Verstappen with the 3-stopper, finding that being the quickest way. Pierre Gasly though, P7, what a performance for Kick Sauber. Tsunoda up in 8th, and it's Fernando Alonso who wins then. Verstappen finishes 2nd, but Kimi Antonelli gets our first podium for Lotus F1. He finishes 3rd. And here comes Daniel Ricciardo then with a brilliant 4th as well.
I need to improve a bit the driving to be more.
And there he comes.
Yes.
4th place for Daniel Ricciardo. Leclerc is going to come round in 5th. Hamilton is going to be 6th. But Pierre Gasly.
So good job.
What a performance from him.
Check a flag.
It's going to be 7th place for Pierre Gasly, 8th for Tsunoda, 9th for Russell.
Good job.
And P10 for Albon. No points for McLaren.
That's good.
Lawson in 11th there. Hülkenberg in 12th for Mercedes. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Right, what's happened to Ocon? What's happened to Ocon? Has he got a puncture? I don't know. Don't know what he's done. Said Ocon had damage. Right, let's zoom it forward. And we can watch our boys.
As always, there will be lots to talk about after that
on the
race,
podium.
including the performance from the driver currently on our screens.
And third place sees them round off today with a trophy to mark the occasion.
Well, Karun, how do you think they'll be feeling in the team garage at the end of that?
They'll certainly be pleased to have made the podium. A job well done for sure.
And that is about that for this weekend's action here in Bahrain.
The teams now look ahead to the next round, where they'll duel it out in the sand dunes of Saudi Arabia.
Oh, we don't get a look at the podium. I think because he's not scanned. Oh, no. That's devastating. That's really devastating. Oh, well. Never mind. Into the championship then. 15 points for Kimi Antonelli. 12 points for Daniel Ricciardo. Excellent start to the season for our boys. And we are second in the Constructors Championship. We had the fastest pit stop there for Kimi Antonelli, 2.1. And Ricciardo was there in 9th, meaning we lead the pit stop championship. And we make $604,000 in profit. We know we can possibly up that a little bit, but not too much. Top 6 is definitely possible. Chassis has been done. Underfloor has been done as well. And we've now got 6.3 million to spend at the start of next episode. But there we have it then. Season 3 is off and running. If you have enjoyed that, then give it a massive thumbs up down below. Subscribe for plenty more F1 Manager videos. And I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Thanks for watching and goodbye.